Every person who has emigrated and arrived in a new country goes through a series of stages that the anthropologist Gallardo Olver called the EU curve model or the culture shock model. However, he explains that these stages also occurred on return from the country of origin, because you have to get used to the customs of the country of origin again, after having been living with totally different customs. This process is known as the reverse culture shock. The stages of this process, which Olver talks about, are as follows. The honeymoon stage. This takes place in the first few months. You are excited to return home after so long, to be reunited with your family and friends. The negotiation stage. This occurs once the excitement of being back is over, as you are getting used to everything. Everything becomes routine and you start to compare the day-to-day differences between one country and the other, which makes you frustrated. The adjustment stage. In the adjustment stage, you begin to understand these differences mentioned in the previous stage, and that it's normal that something has changed, and that change is not a bad thing. The adaptation stage. This occurs once you get used to the culture of your home country. You feel at home again. This process of physical reconnection and reintegration into the life you have had before can be uncomfortable for many people and can lead to different emotions, which are almost always negative, related to confusion and culture shock. Normally, during the honeymoon stage, the feelings and reactions are positive, as you are back in your home country and with your family and friends. Some of these feelings are excitement, joy, feelings of revival, euphoria, increased energy, and a sense of invisibility. However, as mentioned above, these feelings pass, and it's then negative reactions comes in. Anxiety, depression, frustration, anger, feelings of isolation, confusion, self-pity, disturbed eating and sleeping habits, withdrawal, feelings of being lost, and feelings of helplessness. Migrants may also feel fear due to doubts about returning to their country, as they do not know what they will find on their return. These doubts often turn into fears. Often, these fears outweigh the reality. We put ourselves in the worst situation when perhaps the change is not so great. Fear of being judged on your return and what people will say about you can also increase this fear and frustration. The causes of reason why you have to return to your country are also important. This is because you will not have the same reactions and feelings when you return to your home country. If your departure from the other country was because you were fired from the job for which you had to leave it, or if it was of your own free will. Some advices provided by psychologists on how to cope with coming home and avoid the effect of negative feelings are: say goodbye to everything you left behind, not only people but also places. Visit all those places that are important for you or that you would like to see. Say goodbye to all your friends, as well as provide them with your new contact details. Buy objects from that country to have on your return home. And above all, always keep in mind that these are your last days, so you can enjoy and appreciate everything you do on a day-to-day basis. Contact all friends and family and plan meetings for the first few weeks of your return. Moderate expectations. Keep in mind that things have changed and will not be the same as before. Even yourself has changed. Accept differences. Your friends and family will have different perspectives on life, culture, values, etc., because they have not had the same experiences as you. Find things to do. Join sports club, leisure activities. You can even look for people who have been through the same experience as you, so that you can meet up with them to help you cope. If you have children, make sure you keep them busy and get them back to make friends or meet up with them if they have lived in the country of origin. All these suggestions are important and should be taken into account. However, You should also see professionals such as psychologists who can really help you to avoid some of the negative feelings that return can cause, such as anxiety or even worse, depression. Mental health is a very important factor to consider in these situations and should not be overlooked. Support from friends and family is also extremely important. Friends and family need to understand that the person returning has also changed, grown as a person, and experienced experiences. All of this will cause them to disagree on some things, as they will have different points of view. In conclusion, it can be said that these phases are just a stage of the return that must be gone through in order to assimilate the situation. They also can be better coped with if we make sure to say goodbye to everything we leave behind and to be realistic and keep in mind that just as you have changed, so have your friends and family in the country of origin.